We got half of Skyrim back under our wing, and the coin starting to
Yeah, there
flow.
we go. That's how you know.
If you're ready,
We're halfway
I've got
there.
another
Halfway in the
special
Thieves
job
Guild.
for you.
Oh, we're halfway there. Whoa! Delvin on a chair. What do you want me to do,
I
Delvin?
need you to make your way to Solitude.
When we last left Steve the Dragonborn, we had arrived in Solitude after stumbling upon the tomb of King Olaf One-Eye, and we discovered an ancient bard's play on what actually happened and how King Olaf was actually a bit of a dick. We took it to the Bard's College, and they very quickly accepted us as a bard because we got a book and hit some stuff. I guess, if that's what it takes to become a bard, then count me in. That's pretty easy. But we became a bard, and we got inducted at the festival, the Burning of King Olaf, where we took several meat pies and we left, basically saying that we were going to sort out the farmstead, Golden Hills Plantation, which I've done in between episodes. You may be noticing we are now in Whiterun and sans Derkeethus. So he's back at Darkwater Crossing. We went to Falkreath and basically got... Oh, what's her name? I don't remember her name, but the housecarl from Falkreath. Because we already have Faendal there and 2 kids, and there's only like 3 beds. So we got rid of the housecarl and took it to the homestead, so she's now there. Faendal is now single dadding it while we are out adventuring. And basically, yeah, I was going to basically come back after we picked up Derkeethus again, but I actually picked up a letter in the Bannered Mare, which I found by accident. I've never actually read it before. It's like Mshara's diary or something. Yeah, Mshara's diary. Mshara has a secret, not a bad secret like the Battleborn's secret of fur. Ooh. Interesting. Oh, that'll be the young ones, isn't it? There's like a Romeo-Juliet thing going on there. Not a boring secret like the shopkeeper who hates his sister. Mshara's secret is too good to be believed. Mshara did not always spend her days like this. A cat who pretends to be a dog. No, Mshara used to be a bandit warrior, a member of the Crimson Dirks. We've heard of them. Isn't that where the orcish plate armor lady came from? Famous rogues, wanted by the East Empire Company, the clan mothers of elsewhere, and lawbringers from here to the Somerset Isles. If the guards only knew, they would come kill her. That is Mshara. That's a secret Mshara can never tell. But her time is short. She longs for company. The other day she took to begging outside the city and saw her littermate Zaharia walk through the gates. Mshara called her by name, but the Red Guard ignored her. Mshara is sure she heard her and it made her sad to know this. Mshara does not want to be a rug. It's a weird way to put... Oh, to die a rug. Right, sorry. I was looking at it. That's not a B. Of course not. It's a D, you idiot. Does not want to die a rug. Perhaps she will do something mischievous and get the Whiterun guards to attack. Then she'll be a warrior once more. Okay. And it did give us a quest. So the quest was... how do we get... there we go. Right. We've got to collect our profit as well, which is something. We've got those to turn in Riften, so we might go to Riften next from Whiterun, and then from there maybe if we go to Falkreath we can a carriage straight to Deepwater Crossing, which does save us a lot of time. At least I think we can get to Deepwater Crossing. Maybe we'll just go from Riften. It's not that far. Yeah, it's not that far. Maybe we'll do that because it's a nice trip. When the cat's away, inspect Dragon's Reach Dungeon for clues on Mshara. That we can do. Okay, what other quests we got active at the moment? We've got one down the bottom. Return to Igmund and give Avar's letter to Holgard. Who are they and where the hell are they? So we've got Igmund over here in Markarth, which we do want to hit up at some point anyway. We've got a lot of quests there at the moment. We've got Dragon's Reach. It's current location. Let's move the marker, remove it. And where is the other marker? Don't see it. No, don't see it. Just the Dragon's Reach one there. And Igmund. Okay, cool. Well, that's fine. We can ignore those. Let's go to Dragon's Reach dungeon. We do also need to make a set of alchemy cloves as well. I was wondering if we wait on that until we've actually got 100 in enchanting, but then again, like, if we do the alchemy stuff, we can make stronger enchanting potions, which means we can make better gear, I guess. I don't want to go too overboard. I don't want it to be too crazy. I want it to be, you know, still keep a bit of the challenge, especially when it comes to like the legendary dragons, but not where we're just basically one-shotting everything in the game, because that feels a little too much, you know? Oh, we went the wrong way. This isn't the Dragon's Reach dungeon, this is clearly a palace. Will they actually let us in to the dungeon? Don't we have a bounty? Do we have to pay that off? Ugh, hope not. I kind of like keeping a bounty. Actually, let's find out.
You look tired, friend. What is it?
No, we're good. We haven't got a bounty here. Maybe we paid that off last time we were here. I'm pretty sure we had a bounty from stealing one of the horses, which, you know, is a regular occurrence for us.
I know you're kind. Always sneaking about.
Yep, that's me. Oh, it's not even through there. It's right here. Oh, good, it's right there. Mshara's confession. I'm surprised we didn't notice that last time we tried to steal our equipment back. Mshara enjoyed her fight with the guard, plus her new home is better than the last. It is a very tiny cage, but she does not beg for food. It is given. Still, Mshara longs to see the night sky. When she was a kitten, the elders warned her that if she stared too long at the moons, they would grow shy, and Mshara would never see them again. This made her sad, and so Mshara vowed to stop looking at the sky. That's sad. That's really sad. What a horrible lie to tell a child. And kept her head down towards the dirt where the beggars belonged. God, I feel sorry for her. This kind of sounds like pretty awful. One day she tried to steal the silver out of the pockets of a Nord named Tyra. When she heard the Khajiit's story, she took pity on the kitten and told her that the moons were not the timid creatures she had believed. She said that as long as Khajiit held her head up high, they would shine brighter than any star. From that day on, she spent her life in service to the Crimson Dirks, and when she was ready, her new littermates forged her an armour made of silver, and in its heart the piece Tyra had it in her pocket so many moons ago. Cool. Mshara hid the armour in a hut northwest of Rorikstead. We need to go back there for the actual farmstead, so this is working out quite well. At times Mshara has longed to retrieve it and wear it proudly, but she must be careful not to let sentiment cloud her judgment. Mshara suspects she is being followed, so she will leave the armour for another. Besides, it is not the silver in the armour or the moonlight in the sky that Mshara treasures, but the friends she has lost. Perhaps in death she will see them again. That's really sad. I feel really sorry for Mshara. Alright, well let's go to Falkreath. Then we'll go to Darkwater Crossing, I guess. And then maybe back to Riften. Oh no, we'll go to Riften, because we've got a quest to turn in. We'll get Derkeethus, and then we'll head out to Rorikstead. I think that's probably the best course of action. I've been getting kind of hyped up now about, I guess, Elder Scrolls 6. I wouldn't say it's on the way, because we've not heard any new information from it yet, but I don't know, there's just a feeling that this year there's going to be a few big titles and big releases. Obviously we've got Starfield in a little bit, and I want to know, because I don't know if people who are watching this series have been watching the New Vegas series, but I'm kind of debating canning it, and I'd love... Oh yeah, we got a new horse. Basically, I couldn't find reindeer. Hang on, you got the name. It was... Got it down in my handy dandy book. Dr. Gerald Egbert Pendleton the 7th. So we need a name for this horse. Basically, Dr. Egbert Pendleton had disappeared and was not available. And when we went to the homestead, the farm, and got a couple of upgrades there to make it our own home, properly our own home. One of them was buy a horse, and I thought, well, I need to get to Whiterun from here, so let's go by horse. So we've got a new horse, so we need a new name. I'm sure the reindeer will turn up. It will be around. I don't know where it will be around, but it will be around. And this horse's turning circle is kind of abysmal. Ugh. Right. There we go. It's like a tank. So we need a name for this horse, basically. Right, Riften. Let's go to Riften. But I'm kind of excited for Starfield. I'm wondering, do we can the New Vegas series and replace it with something else, like Fallout 4? Knowing that when Starfield does arrive, we're probably going to cut back on one or two of the other series. Not completely, they're going to have probably still like 2 episodes a week. But
where do you want to go?
You know, we want to give ourselves a bit of time to actually do the Starfield stuff as well. Right, Riften, before I get distracted.
Climb and back and we'll be off.
So I'd love a bit of input. What do you want to see?
Couldn't ask for better weather.
Let's get out of here. Because yeah, New Vegas, the issues that we're having is the game constantly crashes. It's causing a lot of issues. Trying to record it is just a bit of a nightmare, if I'm honest. And as much as I enjoy the game, the recording side of it has not been as enjoyable because we're constantly dealing with crashes. It just kind of sucks the fun out of it.
If you're looking for a challenge,
Well, we had 2 things here with the temple,
Go fiddling with any locks
because we helped Calcelmo get it on last week. So let's see what they want us to do now. We could also swing by, what's its face? The, ooh, jeez, what's it called? Iverstead, because we've got to talk to Clement. We haven't actually talked to Clement to say, hey, we dropped off the supplies for you. And I think we've got that barrow we could potentially do as well. So, yeah, there's a few options for us this week as to what we're going to achieve. So let's have a look around.
Yes?
We need to talk to you.
Lady, what is it you seek, my child?
I help the forlorn lovers of Markov.
The goddess smiles at your efforts, child. The dawn shines bright upon you. You have seen the young, fickle love of youth and helped a more seasoned love find its way. There is one final aspect we wish for you to explore. For a strong love can withstand storms and even survive death.
I'm intrigued.
Take this symbol of Mara. She will guide you to the wandering souls of 2 whose love was so great that their entwinement binds them to this world.
Put on the amulet of
The
Mara.
dawn opens upon you, child.
Talk to the
You
long
must-
dead lover. Where? Let's have a look where this is. Is it going to be somewhere that's on our travels? I'm guessing it's right there. Oh, we've been there. Oh my god, it's near Rorikstead. Amazing. Everything leads back to Rorikstead. We could probably do that as well. Awesome. Right, let's go hand in the Riften stuff, the Thieves Guild stuff, shall we? Man, it's turning into a bit of a good collection of quests for today. Probably get quite a few rewards out of it. Let's get down to the Thieves Guild. I do believe that this is the one that triggers another sort of like major quest for the Thieves Guild, right? I think we've done about 5 for Solitude now, so we must be getting close. Could be wrong though. You lose count of them, these Radiant quests. You do lose count of them. I do wish I had like a number to say, hey, you've done this many. Hey, Delvin.
Oh, you're back. This
We did a
kind of
numbers
work
job.
suits you, but it's going to end up making you rich.
Oh, have something special for me, Delvin?
I don't know what you're made of, but I've never seen anyone tackle this many jobs without ending up dead or in jail. We got half of Skyrim back under our wing, and the coin starting to
Yeah, there
flow.
we go. That's how you know.
If you're ready,
We're halfway
I've got
there,
another
halfway in the
special
Thieves
job
Guild.
for you.
Oh, we're halfway there. Whoa, Delvin on a chair. What do you want me to do,
I
Delvin?
need you to make your way to Solitude and talk
Back
to
to
Erica.
Solitude. It's not far from
He's looking
Rorikstead.
to run
Again,
some kind
kind of
of a
works out
shield
quite well.
job. Now, he's not exactly going to welcome you with open arms, but keep your cool. Do this job right, and we've just made an important friend out there.
Good to know. Right, let's go do that as well.
Find me if you're ever
Dainty
looking for some extra
Slode.
coin.
Okay. So Erica, we don't need to really worry about him just yet. What we do need to do is get to Deepwater Crossing, get our friend back. Probably pick up a bit of Creep Cluster too before I forget that. Because that does mean we can plant the rest of the farmstead. And then we're, thanks to Dimon, we've got the alchemy potions. I think they're illusion potions and something else, but it's worth a lot of money from what I've seen. And that does mean alchemy is going to go up very quickly, and it can be something that we... Is that going to feed us? Peckish. Steak. Oh, go on. There we go. Right, we're done. In fact, can we cook up a few? We did pick up a bunch. But it does mean that alchemy will be ticking up very quickly, and that is fantastic when we get to the later game, because there's certain skills I don't really want to reset, because if we reset, like, for example, our one-handed, if we don't have something to kind of fall back on, we are absolutely screwed. Because damage-wise, we would do nothing to them, and again, survivability, it makes the game a bit more of a chore. We want to be able to enjoy the game and not just be slogging it out, because that's what, again, back to New Vegas, this is what New Vegas has sort of become. I did record another episode, which I might release, I'm not sure yet, but I had to basically switch it to easy mode to get through it, because there was, oh my god, Hilda, I swear to god, right. Hilda, git. Oh no, am I stuck in Hilda? This is worse. How is this better? God damn it. Oh. Right, what about over here? There we go. Right, okay, we're free. We're free from our goat. But yeah, I recorded it and I had to switch to easy mode because there was literally no chance we would defeat what got dumped on us in hard mode. It was ridiculous. And I don't like turning difficulty down. It's not something I plan on doing in this series at all. We've managed to slog our way through regardless. But I do know that if we basically dropped our... Let's go have a look. We dropped somewhat like our... Smithing I don't mind resetting. Heavy armor, maybe. What I want to do is heavy armor I will only reset once we've maybe reset a couple of these, so we've actually got skill points we can instantly dump into stuff. But yeah, one-handed, I'd want to get two-handed up before we, think about resetting one-handed. You know what I mean? So we can switch between them. Or have archery up high enough that we only need to use one-handed when someone attacks us and gets up in our face. So there's options there. It's not, the playstyle is not written in stone. It will change over time. Where's our horse? But I just want to make sure that I cover all bases before I actually start doing that, because otherwise we're just going to suffer. Right, we want to go to Iverstead, I guess, and then to Darkwater Crossing. So here first. Wait, what? We gotta loop around. Yeah, that's right. This is the weird place. Let's loop around this way. Oh, there's a standing stone out here. Thanks to Demon as well for giving me the name of that, because I was pretty sure it was standing stone, but I couldn't remember last week, or well, actually the week before now. And he very kindly explained again. Oh, jeez, that's a dragon. That's a dragon. Oh no! Yep. We're dead. Right. Okay, so maybe we do that a little bit quicker, eh? We're too busy derping about. I don't really want to face a dragon right now. We might have to, but if we can avoid it, we can avoid it. Okay, head down here. We are due a dragon fight, to be honest, but I don't think, because we don't have the frost resistance, we're really struggling. I think if we picked like a Nord race, we've got that inherent bonus, which is very helpful. Oh, it's turned into a nice day now, that's good. But at the moment, being Khajiit, somebody's destroyed that. We don't have as many options when it comes to resistances. Like, even if we'd chosen Dark Elf, we'd get that fire resistance, something like that. So it seems like most other races have some sort of either magical resistance or fire resistance. Ooh, a bear. Can we avoid it? We can avoid it. Where are we supposed to be going here? I guess up over this way would work. Is this a pathway? I think it might be. Kind of is. Are they trolls? There's a little pack of trolls there. I don't know, they hunted in packs. Can we actually get over the mountains here? I don't know if we can. Or maybe. There's like a little pathway up here. I'm not sure what to expect for Starfield. I've admittedly done very little research on it. Mainly because I want it to be completely fresh. And I'm kind of doing the same with Elder Scrolls 6 as well. As much as it pains me, and it is very hard to avoid spoilers online, luckily we've not had much in the way of, information on the releases, so we haven't really missed out on anything just yet. We've not learnt anything. Look at the angle. We've not learnt anything that we shouldn't have learned as such. Oh jeez. Oh, come on, horse. There we go. Oh no. Right, we're okay. Yeah, we've not learnt anything we really shouldn't have learned as such about the game. It's all very chill at the moment. Like it's information that is useful but not spoiling it. And it's same with Starfield as well. Like I know very little about the actual creation of the characters or anything. Oh my god, this is so stupid. What am I doing? This is instantly going to kill this horse, isn't it? Oh, what am I doing? Oh god. Horse, I'm sorry. What are we doing? Oh, we're flying. Oh, we're so sorry. Please don't die. Can we run through the water? We can. Excellent. Oh no. Oh, we're just like clipping through walls and all sorts. This is the most Skyrim thing I think we've done. Can we jump up that? No, we can't, but we do seem to be a little... Oh, right there, a little better off. Nice. We didn't kill the horse. Look at that. Hey, what's that down there? Wait, is this... This is Nid... Yeah, it is Nid. Okay, cool. We could potentially pick up what's-his-face now, right? Is there any reason why we need to go to Iverstead first? Not really. Oh. Right, not really. So let's go ahead and pick up Derkeethus. And at least then we'll kind of be on the road, so maybe we can... Oh god. We can kind of go about getting to Iverstead in a sensible way. We also have that quest for Iverstead with Timber... Whatever, what was it? Timber Burr Arms or something like that? I know she hated burrs, that's all I know. We've got to get 10 pelts. Oh! I'm dead. Am I dead? Well, yep, I'm dead. Oh, we didn't quick save. God damn it. Right, okay, back to Riften we go. Plus, I suppose we still got the horse. You know what, maybe we just follow the road. Maybe that's just what we do since we're going to Deepwater Crossing already. And then we'll go to Iverstead. Right? Is that more sensible? That might be more sensible. Let's do that, right? You'd think I'd better plan these episodes, right? Let's just quick save. Let's just quick save more often. I need to not forget about the button. But I'm sure we can probably pick up some more creep cost. I did buy one from an alchemist, so we've got a little bit to plant there. But it'd be nice to have like 10 if we can, maybe. Although I'd happily accept just 2 or 3. They grow pretty quick, and obviously they're passively harvested there as well, so... Ooh. We've got the wolves and the birds and all sorts of stuff going on here. Back through Shaw's Stone. I don't think we've got any quests here, do we? Do we have any quests here? I'm pretty sure we returned already to drop the stuff off, right? Possibly. Possibly. Yeah, no, we did. I'm pretty sure we did. Okay, that, this all other stuff here. We're fine. Let's just carry on here. I mean, you've got guards there. Why is the blacksmith fighting? Why are the guards not fighting? Let's leave them be. Sure nothing bad will happen from that. They can handle a bear. I think it's also time that we probably think about, not necessarily do it right now, but think about... Oh god, another bear. This is what Temple was on about. There we go, right. What was I saying? I have no idea now. It's completely gone. Oh, the main quest, that's right. Yeah, we should probably think about sort of getting back on the main quest and even maybe heading to... back to Bruma, back to Cyrodiil, doing a little bit of work there as well. What is up there? There's a mine up there, is there? Okay, no, not worried about it. Let's keep on the track here, because this is going to take us right through Deepwater Crossing. Darkwater Crossing, whatever it's called. Oh, jeez. As long as the horse doesn't die again on the way down, I think we'll be alright. Can we go this way? I think we can go this way, right? Oh, is it a shortcut? Kind of. Okay, done. Spiders are no worry. Wolves, no problem. Getting the old horseback combat up. So that's where the creep cluster stuff is, right? That's... okay, there is a fort there, but I don't want to... that's the one we considered. Hey. Who are you? What's up? Hey, how's it going?
I'm on my way to Windhelm to join up with the storm.
Oh, trust me, I don't know if you want to do that. They don't really like anyone who's not a Nord.
Folks,
And you're not a Nord. You're a Red Guard. Okay, we're getting close. I'm on my way, buddy. On my way, Derkeethus. You'll be back with us soon. Not that we're going to keep him forever. Again, like I'm thinking he will be a steward at one of the other creation houses as well, right? Maybe we need to look at the one from like Dawnstar? Because I think with us doing the main quest, the Daedric quest, for the Skull of Corruption, and is it Vermina? I think it was Vermina. I think we're much closer to picking up that house. I think maybe we've got to like kill a giant or something. We did speak to the Jarl. I'm pretty sure we did. We might have a giant to kill somewhere nearby. guess we'll wait and see. But I mean, I've been yammering on for a wee while here. What things are you excited for Skyrim? Not Skyrim, Elder Scrolls. Oh god, another bird. God damn it. Right, that was horrible combat. Right, let's turning circle the tank and horse. But yeah, what sort of things are you kind of wanting to see? Like, I'd like more radiant sort of information from NPCs. So if you've picked up a follower of some sort, then a lot more interactive. Maybe like less forward, but more. Oh, jeez. Okay, never mind. I was going to get the stuff from the bird, but never mind. More interactive sort of storytelling from them. Maybe they know places that you don't, or will tell you about something, or there'll be more of a quest line for them. Kind of like Fallout 76 and Fallout 4 to an extent. Some of the followers have got very good sort of backstories. Very interesting. The one that pops to mind is the ex-Blood Eagle in Fallout 76. I can't remember his name, but he opens like a booze stand, and he is actually very cool. What now?
Somebody help!
Hey Derkeethus, where's the armor?
Time for you.
Why aren't you doing something? Hey Derkeethus, what are you looking at? There is nothing there. What are we... Is it in here? Golden Rock Mine? What are we fighting? Corundum. No, we don't want the Corundum, do we? Right, so that's ended that. Maybe we can go outside and they'll be chill. Yeah, everyone's chill again. Where's Derkeethus? They disappeared off the face of the earth. He's probably gone in here. Right, let's see if we can find Derkeethus. Get him back on the party, get some creep cluster, get to Iverstead, turn in a quest, head to Whiterun, maybe go from Whiterun to Rorikstead.
And Derkeethus thinks that we should go there.
I don't want to hear another word about what you're learning from the Argonian. It's high time you learn to be a Nord, too.
Got a lot of racism going on here.
He's a half-decent farmer. Ask him to teach you to farm.
Yeah, nothing as far as, like, Derkeethus. Where did he go? I hope he's not run off fighting stuff. Is he farming? I hear a dragon. Don't see a dragon though. Okay, maybe we'll be okay. We had him and then he's gone. Where he's gone? No idea. Not in there. Not out here. We got creep cluster around here. Pick up some of that if we can. There's the dragon. Right. At least we've got a little bit of help here, but I'm kind of worried about followers dying and stuff. Potential followers. Let's see if we can pick up Derkeethus again. No, it's just you. Where are you, Derkeethus?
I try to think of it as coaxing the ore from the rock.
Then a rock chucker.
Annika used to help more with the mining, but nowadays she's a bit of a bounder. I keep hearing
Yeah,
stories.
he's
of
definitely
Morrowind.
not here, is he?
Sounds like a wretched place.
He's a half-decent farmer. Ask him to teach you to farm.
Interesting. Very intriguing. We need to find him. Is this the carrier?
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. I've got a letter and a lot of gold. Something about it being your, inheritance. Oh, and sorry for your loss. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
No, who's dead? Who's dead? Filnyar. Who's Filnyar? I have no idea who that is. Is that the guy from Shorestone? I'm gonna have to look that up. Who the hell's Filnyar? No, Filnyar! I shall mourn your passing with I don't know, what do we got? Hunting Broom Mead. I'll pour one out for you, buddy. No idea who you are. Thanks for the 90 gold, I guess. Where's Derkeethus then? He better not be like just up a hill somewhere gone. Maybe we have to just leave Derkeethus then. Oh, he's got all of our equipment. He's got. I let him take the Daedric mail. I kind of want that. Oh, there's Creep Cluster. I kind of want that back, you know? Creep Cluster, all good. Any more around here? I'm sure there will be. I don't want to get too close to that dragon. I really don't want to fight a dragon right now. We've already lost one person. Don't know who Filnyar was, though. But where is Derkeethus? Does he go swimming? Does he just, like... Does he dick around in the water? Was he... I don't know. I'm not sure where he goes. He was there, and now he's just disappeared off the face of the earth. Do we go inside and sleep, maybe? Maybe we go inside and sleep. We'll try and track him down after that. Because we are getting a little bit tired. Not massively, but a little bit. And I think because we're inside, we actually get the full bonus from this. Right? Sleep maybe 5 hours, that should be enough. A nice little nap in a nice cool mine. Okay. Bit of food, maybe? All fed. Right.
What are you doing that for?
I'm not doing anything. Kicking stuff around on me.
I'm just worried about what he's teaching her.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to take him off your hands, but he's just disappeared.
What's your trouble? That Argonian
Oh,
telling
he's a
tales
little
again?
jump there. He did. Acrobatic. Very good, Carrier.
Nope. Sorry. Nothing.
Nothing for us now. Where the hell has Derkeethus gone?
We keep hearing that the war could come through here. I try not to
I
worry
mean,
about it.
I guess we leave him. I guess we don't take him. He's not there.
I'm not proud of Hrefna's father. If she knew him, she wouldn't be either.
Huh. Alright. I guess we leave Derkeethus. He's nicked our stuff. Maybe that's why he did a runner. Maybe that's why he had the battle music. He saw me coming and decided to run a mile. Well, hopefully he turns up at some point, because I want that Daedric mail back. Because I think what we will do is once we get our heavy armor to 100, we'll switch to light armor and kind of max out everything we can with that. Oh, there's a bunch of guards, Stormcloaks here. What's going on there?
Story? I'm a true Nord.
Alright, well, off to Iverstead we go. We got the... Got the little thing there, yeah? Okay, going round. So I think, if I'm correct, we go... Oh, bugger off. Go over this way, and then swing. There we go, get out of it. Ooh, nice weather again. Good, good, good. Have we not investigated this place? I know we've run past it before. I guess we did just what we did before, which is this. I think that is the mark of a Shroudhurst barrow, so we're not far off now. Little cave up there or something. Flags fluttering, don't know what that is. Let's have a look at this signpost, just make sure. I cannot read that. I'm assuming it is this way. Right? No, that's Hilgrin's tomb. We're actually heading completely the wrong way. Oh, how do we get... Oh, didn't we do this last time? We just like ballsed up how to get to Iverstead completely from Riften. I think we might have. So there must be a path. Well, that's pretty. I like that. Have we been there? Have we explored that? Yeah, we did. Lost Knife Hideout, of course. I mean, I don't really want to... I'm not trying to fight you, I'm trying to go around you. If you don't mind. You don't own the road. Okay, Iverstead. A frustrating little trip. We don't seem to be understanding where we've got to go. Because now we're all the way back at Deepwater Crossing. Maybe we finish off the episode here. If we're lucky, Derkeethus will be here. If we're unlucky, it's all good because we've got a bit of time to do some reading, which would be nice. I mean, we've hit that 40-minute mark, and our readings can usually take a wee while, so I think we're probably on track for episode length, which is nice. And I have waffled on for like almost an hour now, so it's probably about time I give you a break, right?
I've been in Skyrim my whole life. Why would I want to leave?
To see the fires.
I think I like the... Enneka used to help more with the mining, but
Yeah,
nowadays
he's not
she's
here
a bit of
anymore.
a
He's just run off. I swear that must be what it is. He saw us coming, was like, oh shit, he's come back for his gear. I'm off. I'm out of here. Because he's really gone. Oh well. Oh well, right, let's have a look what books we've got. We did pick up a bunch of extra ones. So I'm looking at maybe... There was the Code of Malakath, the Great War. Should we read about the Great War? I don't think we've read about that. Have we? Yeah, let's read about this, the Great War. I've not learnt anything about this before. So a concise account of the Great War between the Empire and the Old Mary Dominion by Legate Justianus Quintius. Author's note, much of what is written in this book is pieced together from documents captured from the enemy during the war, interrogation of prisoners and eyewitness accounts from surviving soldiers and imperial officers. I myself commanded the 10th Legion in Hammerfell and Cyrodiil until I was wounded in 175 during the assault of the imperial city. That said, the full truth of some events may never be known. I've done my best to fill in the gaps with educated conjectures based on my experience as well as the hard-earned knowledge of the enemy. The rise of the Falmor. Although it is not well known, Somerset Isle suffered from the Oblivion Crisis as much as Cyrodiil did. See, that's what we did miss out on in Oblivion, is you didn't get to hear everything else that went on. The elves made war upon the Oblivion invaders, occasionally even crossing over to close down Oblivion gates, same as what happened in Oblivion then. As a nation, they had more successes than Cyrodiil did, although the limitless Daedric hordes made the outcome a foregone conclusion. The Falmor had always been a powerful faction within Somerset Isle, but had also always been a minority voice. During the crisis, the Crystal Tower was forced to give the Falmor great power and authority. Their efforts almost certainly saved Somerset Isle from being overrun. They capitalised on their success to seize total control in the 4th era, number 22. They renamed the nation Alinor. Ah, I didn't know that. Which harkens back to an earlier age before the ascendancy of man. Most people outside of the Old Mary Dominion still call it Somerset Isle, either out of peevishness or ignorance. Well, it doesn't surprise me, really, with Skyrim, does it? They're not very good at respecting other cultures. In 4th Era 29, the government of Valenwood was overthrown by Falmor collaborators and a union with the Alinor proclaimed. It appeared that the Falmor agents had formed close ties to certain Bosmeri factions even before the Oblivion Crisis. The Empire and its Bosmer allies, caught completely off guard, were quickly defeated by the much better prepared Altmer forces that invaded Valenwood on the heels of the coup. Thus was the Old Mary Dominion reborn. Shortly afterward, the Old Mary Dominion severed all contact with the Empire. For 70 years they were silent. Most scholars believe there was some sort of internal strife in Alinor. But very little is known of the factional struggles that went on inside. That's something that I'd love to have explored a little more in future games. Went on inside the Dominion while the Falmor consolidated its power in Somerset and Valenwood. In 4th Era 98, the two moons Massa and Secunda vanished. Within most of the Empire, this was viewed with trepidation and fear. In my eyes, it was probably just a bug with the graphics in this game. In Elsewhere, it was far worse. Culturally, the moons are much more influential to the Khajiit. After 2 years of the Void Nights, the moons returned. The Falmor announced that they had restored the moons using previously unknown dawn magics, but it is unclear if they truly restored the moons or just took advantage of foreknowledge that they would return. I mean, it's pretty big magic to make the moons disappear and reappear. Regardless of the truth of the matter, the Khajiit credited the Falmor. I did not know that. The Khajiit actually go with the Falmor a little bit. That kind of makes our Civil War arc a bit more interesting, because I was thinking we'd go with the Empire. I didn't know we were allied with the Falmor. Is that something I play into, or am I just going to be a dick to them? I might be a dick. Within 15 years, Imperial influence in Elsewhere had so diminished that the Empire was unable to respond effectively to the coup of the Fourth Era 115, which dissolved the Elsewhere Confederacy and recreated the ancient kingdoms of Aniquina and Palatine as client states of the Aldmeri Dominion. Once more, the Empire failed to stop the advance of Falmor power. When Titus Mede II ascended the throne in 4th Era 168, he inherited a weakened empire. The glory days of the Septums were a distant memory. Valenwood and Elsewhere were gone, ceded to the Falmor enemy. Black Marsh had been lost to Imperial rule since the aftermath of the Oblivion crisis. Morrowind had never recovered fully from the eruption of Mount Vardenfell. Hammerfell was plagued by infighting between crowns and forebears. Only High Rock, Cyrodiil and Skyrim remained prosperous and peaceful. High Rock is where 6 is set, I think, isn't it? Interesting. So maybe we'll be a bit more on the Aldmeri Dominion in Elder Scrolls 6. Where we actually maybe push back from High Rock some of the advancement of the Aldmeri Dominion. Or potentially give it over, break the Empire up. I don't know. Skyrim remained prosperous and peaceful. Empress Titus Mede had only a few short years to consolidate his rule before his leadership was put to the ultimate test. The war begins. On the 30th of Frostfall, 4th Era 171, the Aldmeri Dominion sent an ambassador to the Imperial City with a gift in a covered cart and an ultimatum for the new Emperor. The long list of demands included staggering tributes, disbandment of the Blades, outlawing the worship of Talos, and ceding large sections of Hammerfell to the Dominion. Despite the warnings of his generals of the Empire's military weaknesses, Emperor Titus Mede rejected the ultimatum. The Falmor ambassador upended the cart, spilling over 100 heads on the floor, every Blades agent in Somerset and Valenwood. Ooh, brutal. That's one way to get your message across. Although, if the heads were already in there, that was always going to be tipped over at some point, right? And so began the Great War, which would consume the Empire and the Aldmeri Dominion for the next 5 years. Within days, Aldmeri armies invaded Hammerfell and Cyrodiil simultaneously, a strong force commanded by the Falmor general Lord Narafin attacked Cyrodiil from the south, marching out of hidden camps in northern Elsewhere and flanking the Imperial defences along the Valenwood border. Leowyn soon fell to the invaders while Bravil was cut off and besieged. At the same time, an Aldmeri army under Lord Arenalia crossed into western Cyrodiil from Valenwood, bypassing Anvil and Kvatch and crossing into Hammerfell. Smaller Aldmeri forces landed along the southern coastline of Hammerfell. The disunited Redguard forces offered only scattered resistance to the invaders, and much of the southern coastline was quickly overrun. The greatly outnumbered Imperial legions retreated across the Alakir Desert in the now famous March of First. 4th Era 172 to 173, the Aldmeri advanced into Cyrodiil. It appears now that the initial Aldmeri objective was in fact the conquest of Hammerfell, and that the invasion of Cyrodiil was intended only to pin down the Imperial legions while Hammerfell was overrun. However, the surprising initial success of Lord Narafin's attack led the Falmor to believe the Empire was weaker than they had thought. The capture of the Imperial city itself and the complete overthrow of the Empire thus became the primary objective of the next 2 years. As we know, the Falmor nearly achieved their objective. It was only because of our Emperor's determined leadership during the Empire's darkest hour that the disaster was averted. During 4th Era 172, the Aldmeri advanced deeper into Cyrodiil. Bravil and Anvil both fell to the invaders. By the end of the year, Lord Narafin had advanced to the very walls of the Imperial city. There were fierce naval clashes in Lake Rumari and along the Nibben, as the Imperial forces attempted to hold the eastern bank. In Hammerfell, the Falmor were content to consolidate their gains as they took control of the whole southern coastline, which was in fact their stated objective in the ultimatum delivered to the Emperor. Of the southern cities, only Hegath still held out. The survivors of the march of first regrouped in northern Hammerfell, joined by reinforcements from High Rock. The year of 4th Era 173 saw stiffening Imperial resistance in Cyrodiil, but the seemingly inexorable Aldmeri advance continued. Fresh legions from Skyrim bolstered the Emperor's main army in the Imperial city, but the Aldmeri forced the crossing of the Niben and began advancing in force up the eastern bank. By the end of the year, the Imperial city was surrounded on 3 sides. Only the northern supply route to Bruma remained open. In Hammerfell, Imperial fortunes took a turn for the better. In early 4th Era 173, a forebear army from Sentinel broke the siege of Hegath at Crown City, leading to the reconciliation of the two factions. Despite this, Lady Arnelia's main army succeeded in crossing the Alakir Desert. The Imperial legions under General Decianus met them outside Skaven in a bloody and indecisive clash. Decianus withdrew and left Arnelia in possession of Skaven, but the Aldmeri were too weakened to continue their advance. 4th Era 174, the sack of the Imperial city. In 4th Era 174, the Falmor leadership committed all available forces to the campaign in Cyrodiil, gambling on a decisive victory to end the war once and for all. During the spring, Aldmeri reinforcements gathered in southern Cyrodiil, and on the 12th of Second Seed they launched a massive assault on the Imperial city itself. One army drove north to completely surround the city, while Lord Nerfan's main force attacked the walls from the south, east and west. The Emperor's decision to fight his way out of the city rather than make a last stand was a bold one. No general dared advise him to abandon the capital, but Titus II was proven right in the end. While the 8th Legion fought a desperate and doomed rearguard action on the walls of the city, Titus II broke out of the city. One moment, I need a drink. God, this is quite a long book. Good Lord. Titus II broke out of the city to the north with his main army smashing through the surrounding Aldmeri forces and linking up with reinforcements marching south from Skyrim under General Jonna. Meanwhile, however, the capital fell to the invaders and the infamous sack of the Imperial city began. The Imperial palace was burnt and the White Gold Tower itself looted, all manner of atrocities carried out by the vengeful elves on the innocent populace. In Hammerfell, General Decianus was preparing to drive the Aldmeri back from Skaven when he was ordered to march for Cyrodiil. Unwilling to abandon Hammerfell completely, he allowed a great number of invalids to be discharged from the legions before they marched east. These veterans formed the core of the army that eventually drove Lady Arenalia's forces back across the Alakir late in 174, taking heavy losses on their retreat from harassing attacks by the Alakir warriors. 4th Era 175, the Battle of the Red Ring. During the winter of the 4th Era, 174 to 175, the Falmor seemed to have believed that the war in Cyrodiil was all but over. They made several attempts to negotiate with Titus II. The Emperor encouraged them in the belief that he was preparing to surrender. Meanwhile, he gathered his forces to retake the Imperial city, in what is now known as the Battle of the Red Ring, a battle that will serve as a model for Imperial strategists for generations to come. Titus II divided his forces into 3. One army with the legions from Hammerfell under General Decianus was hidden in the Clovian highlands near... Is it Coral? I think it's Coral. The Aldmeri were unaware that he was no longer in Hammerfell, possibly because the Imperial veterans Decianus had left behind led Lady Arenalia to believe that she still faced an Imperial army. The second army, largely of Nord legions under General Jonna, took up position near Shadenal. The main army was commanded by the Emperor himself and would undertake the main assault of the Imperial city from the north. On the 30th of Rain's Hand, the bloody Battle of the Red Ring began as General Decianus swept down on the city from the west, while General Jonna's legionnaires drove south along the Red Ring road. In a 2-day assault, Jonna's army crossed the Niben and advanced west, attempting to link up with Decianus' legions and thus surround the Imperial city. Lord Narafan was taken by surprise by Decianus' assault, but Jonna's troops faced bitter resistance as the Aldmeri counterattacked from Bravel and Skingrad. The heroic Nord legionnaires held firm, however, beating off the piecemeal Aldmeri attacks. By the 5th day of the battle, the Aldmeri army in the Imperial city was surrounded. Titus II led the assault from the north, personally capturing Lord Nerfan. It is rumored the Emperor wielded the famed sword Goldbrand. Don't we pick that up in Oblivion? We might do. It sounds familiar, although this has never been officially confirmed by the Imperial government. An attempt by the Aldmeri to break out of the city to the south was blocked by the unbreakable shield wall of General Jonna's battered legions. In the end, the main Aldmeri army in Cyrodiil was completely destroyed. The Emperor's decision to withdraw from the Imperial City in 4th Era 174 was bloodily vindicated. Lord Narafin was kept alive for 33 days, hanging from the White Gold Tower. It is not recorded where his body was buried, if it was buried at all. One source claims he was carried off by a winged Daedra on the 34th day. The White Gold Concordat and the end of the war. Although victorious, the Imperial armies were in no shape to continue the war. The entire remaining Imperial force was gathered in Cyrodiil, exhausted and decimated by the Battle of the Red Ring. Not a single legion had more than half its soldiers fit for duty. 2 legions had been effectively annihilated, not counting the loss of the 8th during the retreat from the Imperial City the previous year. Titus II knew that there would be no better time to negotiate peace, and late in the 4th Era 175, the Empire and the Old Mary Dominion signed the White Gold Concordat ending the Great War. The terms were harsh, but Titus II believed it was necessary to secure peace and give the Empire a chance to regain its strength. The 2 most controversial terms of the Concordat were the banning of the worship of Talos and the cession of a large section of southern Hammerfell, most of what was already occupied by Old Mary forces. Critics have pointed out that the Concordat is almost identical to the ultimatum the Empire rejected 5 years earlier. However, there is a great difference between agreeing to such terms under the mere threat of war and agreeing to them at the end of a long and destructive war. No part of the Empire would have accepted these terms in 4th Era 171 dictated by the Thalmor. At sword's point, Titus II would have faced civil war. By the 4th Era 175, most of the Empire welcomed peace at almost any price. Epilogue: Hammerfell fights out on alone. Hammerfell, however, refused to accept the White Gold Concordat, being unwilling to concede defeat and the loss of so much of their territory. Titus II was forced to officially renounce Hammerfell as an imperial province in order to preserve the hard-won peace treaty. The Red Guards, understandably, looked on this as a betrayal. In this, the Thalmor certainly achieved one of their long-term goals by sowing lasting bitterness between Hammerfell and the Empire. In the end, the heroic Red Guards fought the Aldmeri Dominion to a standstill, although the war lasted for 5 more years and left southern Hammerfell devastated. The Red Guards say that this proves that the White Gold Concordat was unnecessary, and that if Titus II had kept his nerve, the Aldmeri could have been truly defeated by the combined forces of Hammerfell and the rest of the Empire. The truth of that assertion can, of course, never be known, but the Red Guards should not forget the great sacrifice of Imperial blood, Breton, Nord, and Cyrodiilic, at the Battle of the Red Ring that weakened the Dominion, enough to allow the eventual Second Treaty of Stros M'Kai in the 4th Era 180 and the withdrawal of Aldmeri forces from Hammerfell. There can be no doubt that the current peace cannot last, however. The Thalmor take the long view, as is proved by the sequence of events leading up to the Great War. All those who value freedom over tyranny can only hope that, before it is too late, Hammerfell and the Empire will be reconciled and stand united against the Thalmor threat. Otherwise, any hope to stem the tide of Thalmor rule over all of Tamriel is dimmed. The end. Well, that gave me a lot of insight into what's been going on, because obviously at the start of Skyrim you hear about the Great War, and I never looked into it. I never read any of the books, I never really paid much attention. There's the odd, NPC that would basically mention the Great War, but it was very minor dialogue. So this has added a lot of depth to basically something I didn't know much about in this game. So that's really cool. Again, if you enjoy these sort of things and you're here at the end of the reading, appreciate it a lot. I know the readings aren't necessarily for everybody, but for me, I really enjoy it. Hoping you enjoy it too, because sometimes sitting and reading these yourself, you don't really want to do that. But listening to somebody else do it, not too bad. It's a little easier to listen to someone else read it sometimes. But hey, if you've enjoyed the episode, great. Thanks for watching. I'm enjoying recording it. And I shall see you next time. Bye for now.
What is it, Khajiit?